In the Midget division, the Niagara Thunder posing as the home team today in their blue uniforms. Running right to left for the opening period. We're 30 seconds in, just a couple icing calls that you missed. The yellow jerseys with the black lettering represent the bench warmers on the visitors' side. Pardon me, on the home side. Niagara Thunder are the visiting team. They're on the visitors' bench listed as the home team. We'll see what happens when the first goal is scored. As there's a quick shot coming off the stick of the bench warmers. Off the cage, dropped down into the corner. Quickly down for Brady. Michael Bertone. Bertone's quick shot. That one goes off the back cage and drops down. Tip shot. They try it in front of the starting goaltender, Jacob Randall, in blue for Niagara. That one just outside of Randall. Yes, here they go again. Tevin Sinclair up top. And that one out. It ends up in the Thunder bench. So both sides will take the opportunity to change. 8:51 to go in the opening period. Our live viewers that have stuck with us all afternoon, we sincerely thank you. This is our fifth and final game before sixth and final game. Ball Hockey International and the JVI Sports Network being brought to you today by Bauer. And as Chad Asseltine was describing earlier, making a lot of advancements as they've done in the ice hockey world, now in the ball hockey world as well, including the exclusive ball of Ball Hockey International tournaments like the Youth Ontario Cup Spring Teaser Tournament that we're featuring right here. That shot as they streak in, the captain bringing it off the pipe for the Thunder. Brandon Bruni getting the call for the bench warmers and back the other way. Another quick chance this time for the bench warmers. It's still loose as they bang away. In front, trying to get underneath of them is Jacob Randall. And Randall is able to cover up. And the face-off will come to his right. 2 minutes and 10 seconds gone. In this opening period. There's a face-off here. Way outside for Jared Whitewell. And Randall was delayed in getting to his feet after making the first save. Anthony Persia dumps it behind his own net. Persia will get it back here. It bounces off the wall. He tries to spring Matthew Maidens, but Bruni's going to cover that one up, and we'll have another face-off, this time to our left. Here will be on the near face-off dot in the bench warmer zone. Bit of a scrum draw. For those of you interested in the other game, the Ontario Selects Midget Division leading 3-1. And they have just started the second period. Of course, we are in the first period with 7:02 to play. As another face-off, this time to the left of Bruni. One of the Thunder players fell, as it's going to be Whitwell again. He cuts the corner on Persia. And Whitwell working in the corner. Persia cuts him off. And Anthony Persia is now going to lose his stick, and a bit of a shove back for Whitwell. He looks to the official. In the corner, Ethan Godin comes out with it now. Anthony Persia does get it back, and the Thunder are going to work out. Dylan McElravy has it roll off his stick, as does Tyler Duff. So Persia will get it in his own zone. Defenders passing back and forth. McElravy now. Back for the captain, Seth Hollett. Hollett dumps in the corner. Hollett going after it again, a loose ball. Hollett still looking. And a bit of a fan attempt on the shot there as Kyle Kraus goes in behind the cage to play. Looking for the loose ball now, right in front of us. And a bit of a shove on the back for Bartoloni as Duff is there. Officials are letting a lot of the minor contact go in this one so far. Cameron Lenartowicz takes up positioning as they bang in on him, and I'm going to say the ball was stalled there in the corner, and they'll make it a face-off. It'll come to the right of Jacob Randall. Almost halfway through this opening period already. In the nightcap of our coverage here, the JVI Sports Network, we remind you to check in with us tomorrow as we'll be back for the medal games here in the tournament. Streaking through, there's a shot, and Shane D'Amico couldn't get enough on it as Randall was out of position. They did have the open cage. In behind the net, and Randall snags that one out of midair. They'll throw the face-off to Randall's left this time. D'Amico directing traffic. He's going to put Bertone behind him. If he is to win this face-off, he does not, as it's Matthew Maidens who puts it into the corner. Maidens dumps it down. It looked like it hit off the stick of D'Amico. Anthony Persia thinks the same. And Persia and Bartolini are going to discuss that, but we'll do it all again. Now we are on the opposite side of 5 minutes to go. There's a shot that just rifles right to the right of Randall. D'Amico collides there with Bartolini. Dean Bartolini, and now Kyle Kraus gives chase. Kraus behind the net. In on him, Michael Bertone. Kraus beats Bertone, and he's trying to get it up top. This is Bertolini now. His shot saved by Bruni. It dropped down in front of him. It's taken out. 3-on-2 rush. It bounces away from Randall into the corner. And looks like the bench warmers are going to drag it out. The bench warmers are occupying the home bench in their yellow with black lettering. And the blue with the yellow lettering occupying the visitors' bench is the Niagara Thunder. 4 to play in period number 1. Lenartowicz chipping it through. Seth Hollett gave chase, and now sliding over. Anthony Persia does get there, and I believe it's a too many men call by the lead official looking back, watching the bench. It is a Niagara Thunder penalty, which will put the bench warmers on the power play. Captain Hollett. He steps in with Aaron Hall as the ball goes into the corner. Lenartowicz crashes in there. And the shot goes in on Randall. Does make the save, but it goes high and out of play. We saw the Selects run away with a game here on this field, and Here are the Selects scoring their 5th goal of the game. They now lead 5-1 on the outdoor field on a gorgeous afternoon and early evening. We've had rain most of the week, cold weather, freezing rain warning earlier in the week. And as long as it continues to be this cold, we will keep calling the tournament spring teasers, I think. Bench warmers dump it down. Face-off is going to come to the right of Randall as it went up into the scaffold structuring here. And Dean Bartolini comes in with the face-off into the corner. Bartolini again. He's going to dump it down the floor, though. I'm going to say off one of the bench warmer players. No, pardon me, it's still a penalty kill for the Thunder, so that's why there's no icing call. As they feed across the floor, Bartolini gets in front of that. Manages to stick handle away. A 3-on-2 break, short-handed for the Niagara Thunder. He's got Maidens with him. Cutting to the net with Seth Hollett, and they couldn't get it to either player. On the near side, Lucas Wilms. Wilms has it fall off his stick, and then in front, Bartolini does a nice job to block his man out of the play and allow Randall to cover up, which knocks the penalty time down to 39 seconds, 2:21 to go in period number 1. Another face-off win in their own zone for the Niagara Thunder. As that ball comes up and outside. Power play unit brings it up over the top, gets a shot in, and Anthony Persia controls the rebound. Bangs it down around the boards. Another shot goes wide as Bailey Campbell couldn't hang on. Right in front of us, a good ball battle there. As Tyler Duff comes away with it, a shot off the defender. Comes up top again. Campbell, his shot kicked aside by Randall. Goes into the corner and the race is on. Persia's there, as is Campbell. Campbell controls. And the penalty has expired. Back to 5-on-5 on the floor. Bailey Campbell dumping it to the half-boards. Dan Brady spying the situation. Out in front for Duff. The shot off the goaltender, off the crossbar. Comes back down. Jared Whitwell right at mid-floor. Has it chipped past him. Dan Brady giving chase. Comes up for Duff. Tyler Duff just denied, first by Randall and then by the crossbar. As diving through there was Bailey Campbell, but Randall's going to hang on again in the face-off. One more time will come to his left. 1:02 now remains in the opening period. Still awaiting the game's opening goal. Hollett, D'Amico. Trying to chip it through was Kraus. Devin Sinclair. He was in there as well. D'Amico around behind the net of Randall. Latanovic is there. And Lenardowicz goes back after it. Lenardowicz still on D'Amico. As D'Amico clears it out, Bertone finally arrives on scene as there was no one home initially. Bertone in the corner. Brady's there as well. And Persia's going to backhand it out. Brady off the half boards looking for Hollett. Skips past everybody, down on Bruni. And Bruni's going to leave for his defenders. 12 seconds to go as it's brought up and out. The bench warmers come through, and there was a cutter coming through in front of Randall, but Randall gets the glove down and freezes play. 6 seconds even remaining on the clock. And one final opportunity for the bench warmers as they'll get A face-off to the right of Jacob Randall. D'Amico loses the draw, and then the Thunder running down. It's going to be a high stick call, though. Looked like against the Thunder. The official's arm was up. We'll see if anyone goes to the box. We'll sort it out on the other side of this timeout. And scoreless after the first period of play. Ball Hockey International St. Catharines. We look to the outdoor field. The Ontario Selects. This game is getting getting pretty funny between the Selects players. The defender goes down. Goaltender goes with him. 5-0 in that game as players get a little too close to Jacob Randall on the bench warmers. Randall takes up the net to our left. Brandon Bruni remains in the net to our right. Home bench occupied by the bench warmers. They're in yellow with the black lettering. The blue shirts with the white and yellow letters are the Niagara Thunder. They are on the visitors' bench. Rouse overruns the ball and then asks for help from his teammates. As Francis Wong now goes through, we've got a tangle up in front of the net. And at least one, if not both players, are going to go as the net comes off. And the Niagara player looks like the only one. As Lenardowicz still has words with the bench warmer bench. A rough and a slash. Gives us 2 each, and I believe the signal was 5-on-5 on the offsetting penalties. So no power play or penalty kill in this situation. As Seth Howlett's going to run down. Passes off for Kyle Kraus. Kraus. Howlett touches that one while it's high over the shoulder. And I think they're calling a high stick penalty against Howlett. With the face-off going all the way down the floor, I believe that is the case, and it'll be right in front of the net. Keep your eye on 19 as this ball is going to bounce around. And right away when the whistle blows, you can see the instant recognition. Thunder trying to clear the zone. 1 minute gone in the second period. As that ball batted around. Tyler Duff. First player in there for the bench warmers. He comes away with the ball. Has a player in front. Duff has it roll away from him. Kraus. Devin White quickly down the floor. Goes in on Bruni. Played off the cage. And White giving chase again. Anthony Persia bats it out of midair and then gets it in on Bruni, who covers up. A bunch of broken plays going on in front of him. Still 5-on-4 is the high sticking penalty. And the two offsetting minors are in the box. Anthony Persia beats Tyler Duff to the ball. Now there's another race as it goes in behind Brandon Bruni. Matthew Maidens doing chase for Niagara. And some bumping together, and we've got a body contact call, it looks like, against the bench warmers. As Anthony Persia was knocked off the ball, and he looked at the player, looked at the official, realized what was happening, and Tyler Duff, as those two were in heavy with each other all the way down the floor. The battle finally culminates in a even up call. 53 seconds of 4-on-4 play. And then it'll be a power play for the Niagara Thunder. Campbell and Maidens at the dot. It's going to be won by the bench warmers. Maidens goes after the ball. He's going to work into the corner now for it. And Campbell plays it. Gets it around Dean Bartoloni. Bartolini's got it again. Clears the zone and it just goes high. The goaltender ducked out of the way. And it went up and hit the cage. Bartoloni up for Campbell. No looks it behind his back. Brady was there. And they go Bartoloni again. He no looks it and puts it on the stick of a bench warmer player. There's a shot handled by Randall. Brady on the doorstep, and the offsetting minors will expire in 7 seconds. Niagara Thunder will get their captain back as well. So upcoming power play for the Niagara Thunder. 7:15 to go in the second period. Again, still looking for the game's opening goal. Still 5-0 outside. Jeremy D'Amico. Getting it down the floor. D'Amico again. Back for Travis Wong. Wong up for Kraus. Devin Sinclair is in there first. It is now a power play for the Niagara Thunder. Lenardowicz. Kraus is there. And the player falls. As the Thunder player is going to be called for a trip, but the bench warmers have 5 players out there, but there's 41 seconds still on the clock. So the official tries to sort that out, and when I said 5-0 outside, I was mistaken. Ontario Selects have now stretched that to apparently I was correct when I said 5-0. But now it's 10-0. Friendly banter going on between the benches here as the bench warmer player left the box early, but it was at the mistake of the officials, so they'll move the face-off back to its correct position. The only reason it was down in that zone was the other official thought there was a penalty upcoming. 6:41 to go in the second period now. We're 4-on-4 again as another penalty comes to the Niagara Thunder. Lenardowicz gets beat and then walking through 4-on-4. It's Shane D'Amico who walks in off the face-off dot, lets it rip. And we heard it hit the pipe in here. I believe it goes crossbar down. There's Lenardowicz getting beat. Wong can't slide over in time, and D'Amico catches Randall going down and goes up over the shoulder. The game's opening goal comes 3.5 into the second period. 29 seconds remain in the penalty, and Persia stands up D'Amico, and both officials' hands go up for body contact. They call it roughing. Off the face-off, Persia. Oh. For a league that has no body contact in it, that's pretty vicious. 15 seconds into the initial penalty, and D'Amico's gone off, trying to catch his breath. So 4 on 3, as there's still penalty ticking down for the bench warmers in the corner. Hollett keeps it in front of him. As it comes out, nice job by Bartolini. Another shot, that one goes through the glove of Randall, it looked like. And that will cancel at least one of the penalties. Should be the second one. And that's the one that made them shorthanded. But here it just comes out in front. A nice job faking a couple times and back up to the point. All defenders going down looking at Aaron Hall. Hunt spins and Randall makes the save. The Ontario Selects have won their final match of the day, 10-0. As that siren goes. 15 minutes and 40 seconds away from the final horn sounding in this one. And Hunt was open. So was the side of the cage, but they can't put it through. Dylan Hunt now passes in behind the net. All the momentum off these penalties starting to shift the way of the bench warmers. McElravy. Bertone is in there as well. And Hollett. Here comes Hunt again. Hunt rings it off the pipe. And then Hall again gets another shot. And Sinclair just out of his reach. He couldn't let it rip. Bertone now does get it back past the chopping stick of the defender. Hall in the corner. 20 seconds to go in the power play. Bertone wanted to get that off his stick, but he heads it out of the way so he doesn't take the penalty. Here comes Hall. Persia takes him out of the way. Here's Sinclair. 5 seconds on the power play. Penalized player about to get back on. And the stick of Hollett gets up into the face mask of Jarrett Jackson. Jackson may have sold that one a little bit, but it was a penalty anyways. Jackson just making sure the official saw it. 4 minutes, 10 seconds. Captain Seth Hollett goes back to the penalty box. This time for 2 minutes. And as it's 2-0 bench warmers. Momentum's been all their way. All their way of late. Here's Jackson. He's got Kyle Kraus on him. Kraus still chasing, and he goes over the back of the bench warmer player. And both Kraus and the bench warmer defender fall, and it's going to be Kraus that goes off now. Again, back-to-back penalties for the Thunder, this time 14 seconds. Bench is giving it to the official here. Kraus threw the stick and still having words. And Kyle Kraus in danger of getting teed up here, I would think. But a 5-on-3 for a minute and a half now. 3:40 to go in the period. As Jackson outside again. This one shot. Randall the save. Pumps it into the corner. Jackson again. Pushes it to the hash marks. That one out of the reach of Randall. He did want to stop that. Comes up for Jackson with room. As it rolls off his stick, the shooting lane closes up. And they go hash marks again. Ball carrier dropping back. Jackson at the blue line. Goes low to accept that. Low corner of the circle. Feeding far side. It rolls off the stick of Jared Whitwell. And then Whitwell with the stick under the arm. They wanted a hooking call, and the other side wanted a holding the stick call. Official lets both of them go. Here come the bench warmers. A 3-on-2 again on the power play. 35 seconds remain in the 5-on-3. That one out of the reach of Bruni. Maidens going after Campbell. Campbell comes up the near boards. And they go far side. Campbell gets right back into play. That one off the foot of Dean Bartolini as Randall was down. Bartolini again saves a goal as he ties up the stick of the forward. Played out of midair by Campbell. Does keep the stick below the shoulder though. And then falls looking for the loose ball. Here's Jackson. Official rules that ball came out as Jackson continued to play on, so he should have gone back to touch up and offside as Bartolini brings it over, but Seth Howlett popping out of the box came out over the blue line, and he goes offside. So 2:05. The Niagara Thunder are 11 seconds away from killing off almost a full 2-minute 5-on-3. More traditional power play now, 5-on-4. As Brady goes after the ball carrier. Wladowicz into the corner. He's going to tie up his man. They continue to joust though. And now the penalty is over. Inside of 2 minutes to play in the period. Randall not sure where it is. He's down as a number of players vie for it. D'Amico, the most active of which, has Mikko Ravy. Few words for D'Amico, getting a little too close to the goaltender. 1:47 as they step in again. D'Amico. Wladowicz as D'Amico comes back for it again. D'Amico has it, spins, fires. Rando goes down, pushes it into the corner. They were looking for D'Amico all alone in front, and the defenders have to back up. So that one clears the zone. Jackson, far side, plays it up on the wall to his winger. And offside as D'Amico was trying to touch up. And the ball came over. 1:19 now in the second period. No penalties on the board at this point. So we are 5-on-5 as we've played most of the second period shorthanded for what's not been a chippy game, but an undisciplined game, especially where Niagara Thunder are concerned. Hollett sends it over there. He was looking for Mikko Ravy, and it was just out of his reach, and he's still upset. Slams his stick for the third time and now puts it into the boards for missing that one-timer. Just 2 goals on the board in this one for the bench warmers. As Niagara Thunder works into the corner. Kraus Here comes D'Amico. Randall's going to go down and cover that one up. 38.2. Plenty of chances in this period for the Benchwarmers. Took us a while to get our opening goal. It came in this period, 35 seconds away from the end of it, though. Good one for the Benchwarmers, as we said, but decent one defensively for Niagara as well, is killing off a number of penalties. D'Amico loses that just outside the blue line. Again, he has to touch up. And St. Clair gives for D'Amico, still loose. Randall went down. And it comes up here for Howlett. Howlett chipped away from him, up the floor. Over the blue line, here's Niagara. Bartolini through the legs of Bertone. Gets it in on net. And one last save for Bruni. It's an end for the second period. Our coverage has 1 period remaining. We'll put 10 minutes on the clock. We'll see if Niagara Thunder can answer. It's 2-1 for the Benchwarmers.
Is the leader in the fire alarm monitoring industry, specializing in the early notification of fire alarm signals to the fire department. Our experienced customer service staff will work closely with you to develop the best solution for your specific monitoring needs, and our CFAA certified technicians are qualified to perform your installation quickly and efficiently. Be sure to choose Fire Monitoring of Canada, because saving time saves lives. Visit us at fire-monitoring.com.
Back inside the Big Top, BHi St Catharines, our final period of our coverage here today. Games will continue the rest of the afternoon, as well as tomorrow. We'll be back on site for medal rounds. We are in the Midget division, the Benchwarmers. 2-0, both goals coming in the second period. They are leading the Niagara Thunder. Mainers pulls that one back out and then runs out over the blue line. Ball never showed up, so Mainers has to go back and touch up. That allows Benchwarmers to set up their play. Wilms. Hall and Brady collide right in front of us. Here's Persia again. Persia up for Kraus. Kraus gets around St. Clair, takes it to the half boards. Bertone is on Kraus. He's going to win that battle and comes away with the ball. Dumped in behind. Hunt at the face-off circle. Bertone now shoots it just high. And over top of Jacob Randall. Takes up the net to our right. And, of course, Brandon Bruni. The yellow uniforms of the Benchwarmers. They'll defend the left zone for the final period here. 8:20 to play in it as the ball goes for icing. Mind you to follow us on Twitter at JVI Video, at BHi St Catharines. Visit Ball Hockey International to find a center near you for how you can get involved. Not just in tournaments like this, but in league games as well. There's a shot, and that one sails high, and it goes up into the corner. Dylan McElravy. Duff. Can't find that loose ball. Lenardowicz is there as well. Lenardowicz chases it behind Randall. Duff goes after him. Lenardowicz now fakes the pass. Goes up for McElravy. McElravy and Lenardowicz. Pass between each other. Back and forth over the blue line, though. Here's Saved by Bruni. It ended up on the stick of McElravy. And into the corner is Hollett. Hollett still battling there, and Jackson is in for it. And Jarrett Jackson bounces away. They chipped ahead by the bench warmers. It will come outside the blue line as White kicks it ahead. McElravy's there. And we've got a body contact call, I believe, against Devin White. So after killing off a full 5-on-3 last period, the Niagara Thunder will get their own power play chance. See if they can draw closer here. Trailing by 2, 7:13 to go. The bench warmers occupying the home bench. Like we said, they are in the lead. Niagara Thunder occupying the visitors' bench. Currently trailing. Out in front, Bartolini. He looked like he was on his way to celebrate, but quickly the hands, instead of going in the air, went to the head as that one just went over top of the cage. Bartolini sneaking in on this side is Persia. Can they find it to him? Yes, they can. Had a shooting lane. Now he closes up with Campbell coming in hard. So it goes just to the right of Bruni. Man on the crease. They try and look through traffic to get over for Maidens. Can't find him. So it's all the way down the floor. Randall's looking at it too close to him now. Maidens gets it right at mid-floor. Hollett pushed into the corner. Back it comes for Bartolini. Bartolini's got Brady with him. Gives for Brady. Give and go. Bartolini shoots it right into the body of the defender. And that's just going to be pushed forward to bring us down to 50 seconds on the penalty. Campbell, the forechecker, though, goes in hard on Persia. Persia gets his foot in front, kicks it up to the stick. Bartolini at center. Maidens with him. The pass comes to Maidens. Now they got a man on the crease, and it's just out of the reach of Hollett. And clearing attempt goes off Kraus. Kraus now for Persia. Anthony Persia off to his left at the hash marks. Pass that now into the corner. Bartolini back for Persia again. Dean Bartolini cuts to the net. Wide open look for Seth Hollett. The ball movement there as they get Matthew Maidens involved at the end, but it's Hollett getting the goal with 6 seconds to go on the power play. 5:19 remains in the game. And just like that, Niagara Thunder back within 1. Remember, those passes went to Bartolini. So you can't blame the bench warmers for expecting it to go back into the middle. But the way they find Hollett, they work it through a maze. Brady will chase here with Whitwell. But Whitwell no looks it. It ends up on the stick of Bartolini. Coming back for Matthew Maidens. They bang around in the corner. Back he comes Bartolini. Brady tries to finesse the shot. Didn't get a lot on it as we're into the final half of the final frame. Jared Whitwell goes after the loose ball. Wins it and then collides with the defender. Comes back for Dan Brady. Brady's got help from Bartolini. Bartolini takes it now. The shot off of Bruni up into the screening. And the face-off will come to his right after the save. .437 now. Remains in the period. Bartolini all ready to go. As after that goal, you can feel momentum shifting back the other way now in favor of Niagara Thunder. Bartolini won it so clean it passes everybody. Lenardowicz collides with the forechecker. The only one who knew where it was Shane D'Amico. Shane D'Amico in the corner. He's got Francis Wong with him. D'Amico wins the battle and puts it on the post where Randall freezes up. Face-off will come to his left. Teams deciding which changes to make. They'll just get the defense off for Niagara. Face-off won by Niagara. Bouncing around for Bertoni. And taking away the wraparound there was Randall, but that opened up the comebacker, and when it came back out in front, he just had to get the active stick, and then Bruni back the other way. He's going to hang on. Under 4 to go now. As the rush chance comes in, Hollett leading it. Randall was taking the post away, and it came out in front. One of the defenders there, perhaps Persia, tied up the stick of the forward. Ball does stay in the zone, but it's played on the stick of Shane D'Amico. D'Amico looks up to his left. Persia lifts the stick of the forward. Benchwarmers were offside, but the forward did manage to touch up. Over on the half boards. They work it down low. D'Amico wide open, and it rolls away from him. Here comes Hollett. Hollett in the half boards. Bartolini. Bertone is there as well. D'Amico. Hollett. Hollett streaking down from the hash marks. Gives for Bartolini. They've got Persia at the point. Takes the shot. Hollett was right there on the crease, as was Maidens. So Maidens gives chase into the corner. Maidens trying to work it out now. Bertolini calling for it is Persia. I don't think they can get it to Persia from where he is. Thought about calling for it with the stick, but that, as we've seen all day, would be a stoppage in play. Persia gets it back, winds and fires. They had Maidens on the crease. He can't tip. Bertolini's got to chase it down. Gets past him, gets past Brady as well. In for Randall, and staring at two yellow jerseys, Randall hangs on as Kraus was out of gas trying to give chase. Two and a half to play here as we watch this chance for D'Amico. Just gets caught up in his feet, but you can see they had Randall beat. Stumbled a little bit on his way to the left. And I think Niagara's called their timeout. He can see tired bodies down there all game. The coach has been asking them if they're all right, how they feel, and with everybody a little bit tired, he elects to burn the free stoppage right now with 2.5 to play. I am Matthew Carrick for the JVI Sports Network. Chad Asseltine will be back with me tomorrow as we bring you medal coverage. That comes your way tomorrow. Round robin play. Follow us on Twitter at JVI Video. We will be sending out that information tomorrow. Lenardowicz stopped at mid-floor. Bartolini comes in. Goes to the far side, knocked off the ball there. Mikko Ravi had thoughts of going after the player that dumped him, but when he saw the official's arm up, thought better of it. Body contact call against Campbell. Just one where both of those guys are going for the same part of real estate, looking for the ball, but as it did result in an advantage, you can see the penalty called there. Bartolini takes the face-off. Gets it over for Maidens. Up top, here's Persia, rips into a shot, and that off the side of the leg of Duff, Tyler Duff. Doesn't let the pads do the work. He just gets in front, and you can see the rest of the penalty killers. Fist bumps all around for Duff. Bartolini leaning in again. This time it's kicked ahead by the bench warmers. And inside a half, here comes Duff now after making that big shot block. Turns it over though, Kraus up for Persia. Comes Persia down the half boards. And they're gonna wave icing off. It's dumped down by the bench warmers. Final 90 seconds of this one. 3 seconds separate the game and penalty clock as Persia's in front. There's a couple players tied up there as well as Howlett's looking for the call. Howlett's going to chase this one down. Now he gets pushed outside and really doesn't like that. Here's Persia. Down low for Maidens. Jackson is all over Howlett now. Persia again keeps it in. Here's Maidens the shot, and that one's off the post. They work it into the corner. Bartolini, Jackson goes down to stop him from coming out. He does anyways. And it goes off the defender's stick, up and out, 48.4. Remains here in regulation time. Bartolini again on the face-off. Hall with him. Won by the bench warmers and chipped out in front. They collide in on the boards there. Persia can't believe there's no call. Out in front. Shot and a save there. Dylan Hunt. All alone in front as Randall saves him. Someone's actually lost a shoe on that exchange. Aaron Hall. For the second time today, we see a blown tire. And to let Hall get the tire changed, they call timeout. 33.5 on the clock. We'll take our final timeout of the day, and we'll be back to end the period and our JVI Sports Network coverage.
Ontario's largest native plant nursery and is committed to biodiversity conservation. We offer a large selection of high-quality trees, shrubs, grasses, wildflower, and seed, all which are grown from a source-identified, wild-collected seed. Visit us on May 2nd and 3rd at our annual spring public sale. Choose from a beautiful selection of species, all at special wholesale pricing. Visit us at stwilliamsnursery.com for details.
Ref, you suck. Back inside the big top now. Final 30 seconds, 2-1 lead for the benchwarmers. And the Niagara Thunder had a chance to talk things through after the benchwarmers called their timeout. Maidens to the left. Bruni's down. They continue to poke away at it. St. Clair doesn't like that. But 14.5. Reminder, this is a power play for the Niagara Thunder. Power play for the next 11 seconds. Should leave about 3 seconds on the clock. Lifted down the floor by the benchwarmers. That will do it for the power play and most of the period as the power play is now over. Final 2 seconds. It'll be offside though as Howlett comes in, takes the shot anyways, and everybody goes in on Bruni. and congratulates him for the win. The bench warmers will take it 2-1 in our final game. We thank you all for tuning in live here on the JVI Sports Network. Our director today has been Alex Frazow, our producer Gary Morrison, executive producer Ryan Harkness and Chad Asseltine. And on behalf of them and our JVI Sports Network crew, we thank you for tuning in. Be sure to check us on Twitter at JVI Video for tomorrow's schedule. I'm Matthew Carrick, and we will talk to you then, folks.